Okay, now I also want to briefly look at some examples that are directly relevant for your assignment 8. And we'll start with, okay, we want to find the probability of H. Now remember that the universal set here, the size of that set, that's the entire rectangle, and the size of it is 26. So when we want to find the probability of something, we take the number of elements in the set we're looking for and divide that by the number of elements in the universal set. So that's going to be 16 divided by 26, which is the same as 13, no, sorry, 8 divided by 13. Now the probability of not H, or H complement, is going to be the probability of anything outside H. And we can see that this is the same as these 6 and these 4. These are the ones outside, sorry. Now we can write that as 4 plus 6 divided by 26, which is the same as 10 over 26. But another way of dealing with complement is that we can use the fact that the complement of a probability is always, hang on, we know that the complement to a probability and the probability of the event itself is always going to be 1. So we could say that the probability of the complement to H equals 1 minus the probability of the event itself. And we already found that. So that's going to be 1 minus 16 over 26, which is 10 over 26. So there are two ways of doing that. I guess that really answered our next example. We want the probability of H plus the probability of the complement of H. So that's going to be right, 16 out of 26 plus 10 over 26. And this is always going to be 1. So no surprise there. The probability of an event plus the probability of the complementary event is always 1. Probability of G then, in this case, it's going to be 10 out of 26. The probability of, what's the next bit? Probability of H plus the probability of G. When we add simple probabilities like this, we simply add them. So probability of H is 16 over 26. And the probability of, probability of G is 10 over 26, which is the same as 26 over 26, which is equal to 1. And now we want the probability of G the union of G and H. So the union of G and H. And the union of G and H, that's 12 plus 4 plus 6 out of 26. So this is 16 plus 6, 22 out of 26. So that's the probability of the union. The probability of the intersection of G and H, that's only this area here, remember, is 4 out of 26. And finally, the probability of H plus the probability of G minus the probability of the intersection of H and G equals 16 over 26 plus 10 over 26 minus 4 over 26, which is going to be 22 over 26.